Shalom. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakha Gwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who does lead and rule well. Salutations to all you hopeful elect Akim, pushing out this word in truth and in sincerity to the four corners of the earth. And sincere shalom also to you Akim and Akwa for listening and learning, preparing yourselves here in these last days, and to the entire household of faith, fighting this good fight of faith. I want to say shalom. This is your brother Quar from the DC camp. Come back at you with another lesson. And I'm entitled this one, or this is going to be another installment of the S.H.I.N.E report, showing him in news everywhere. And I'm entitled this one Liberation Day, in quotation marks, because this is what Donald Trump coined this. And this was in, I think, in this past week, so I was just reviewing the news in the past week now. I believe it was yesterday, the courts, you may see in the news that they reversing, Trump's reversing his tune and going to give the police back into the authority of the local government, the local DC government. But this is what their plans is, man. And I'm going to get a few videos and a few scriptures. But if you've been watching, Great Millstone, beginning with our apostles and elders on down for years, you would know that this is what things is coming to. And the one thing I don't have is the different videos of them terrorizing Jake on the streets, But there have been many videos on it in the streets of DC, man, and not just the Jake's doing crime. It's any of them Jakes, any of them. You sitting down, they doing whatever they want, man. But this is what we told you, man. We told you about martial law. Okay, we told you about concentration camps in the police state, and you've seen it happen with the Northern Kingdom already with these deportations. But they obviously gonna have a plan for you so-called Negroes, okay? Because you all the Israelites, man. Judah and Ephraim was oppressed together in this place too. So now they gotta have an answer for you Israelites. Now I'm gonna show you, but let's check this out.
I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening. They've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly.
So that's key. He said they're going to be allowed to do their jobs properly, man. And again, this is an attack on you Israelites. Matter of fact, let me get this scripture real quick. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." I mean, it's going to get so bad on you Israelites, to the point where the Lord is going to have to send his archangel, Michael, to defend you, man. What's that? Daniel 12 and 1. "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." Now, you got to understand that the Most High created these people are the wicked. They are the devil that the Bible speaks of. But he created the wicked for the day of evil. Okay? And this man, the cruel Lord, Nero, all right, he personifies that hatred for you Jakes, that perpetual hatred that you read in Ezekiel. All right. He personifies it. And he don't like you so-called Negroes, Latinos, or Native Americans. Okay. Now, he said they're going to be allowed to do whatever, whatever they want. Now, let me see if I can get that. I got a few videos here. But it's not just going to stop in DC, and this is the other videos that I want to get for you. Just showing you this recent news. Let me see. Well, let me get this though. Let me put this over here. All right. So this is some Dr. Lanny Black. All right. But this is what she says. European descendant white domestic terrorists posing existential threat to all who aren't. All right. Lemkin Institute viewed the Trump administration's decision to place D.C. police under federal authority and to deploy the National Guard as a profoundly dangerous escalation of authoritarianism in the United States. Let's look up that word, authoritarianism. All right. That word, it says authoritarianism is a political system characterized by strong central power, suppression of political freedoms, and limited democracy. It often involves the concentration of power into the hands of a single leader or a small group who may use various means to maintain control, including limitations on civil liberties, the rule of law, and separation of powers. All right. Erosion of civil liberties. Authoritarianism can lead to the erosion of civil liberties such as the right to privacy, freedom from arbitrary arrest, and due process under the law. So this is what you see in a police state. It says use of force and repression. Authoritarian regimes may use force and repression to suppress dissent and maintain order, including the use of violence, surveillance, and imprisonment. Okay. And there was another article I seen where it said that he's going to get a third term. So this is all just a means to do that. And it says back here, it says this is a clear attempt to militarize the state, militarize state societal relations, effectively removing constitutional protections from the arbitrary whims of the executive. We also warn that President Trump harbors genocidal aims related to specific groups, and you know who, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites, who specific groups he and his supporters believe are worthless and threatening. He's posted on Truth Social that crime, savagery, filth, and scum will disappear. This is genocidal rhetoric. The United States is at the mercy of a fascist dictatorship. We call on anyone with a platform in the U.S. to stand up to President Trump. International leaders must condemn his actions as they would authoritarians elsewhere. And nobody's going to help you, Jakes, man. Nobody is crying for you, Jakes. Nobody's standing up for you, Jake. But this is why you must come back into your power, because he's the only one that's going to stand up for us, man. The fatherless. Americans must be strong but abundantly cautious. Do not forget your Constitution. Do not forget your freedom. Do not forget your revolution. Protect and defend your rights. Protect and defend each other. Do not abandon the vulnerable amongst you. Yeah, man. It says profoundly dangerous escalation of authoritarianism in the United States. President Trump is using false claims about crime rates to militarily occupy the nation's capital. This is a clear attempt to militarize state-society relations in the United States under the guise of crime prevention. And this is why the scriptures say in 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, they created, especially in D.C., they created this, what's the word? Condition, I would say, for you Jakes. When they, start, fuck is the word? It just escaped me. Anyways, they moved the Edomites in there and kicking you Jakes out, man. So it created that homelessness. It created the poverty, you know, and they know where there's poverty, there's crime. That's why you got these YNs out here going crazy. Now, that's no excuse because they're going to be judged for it, but they actually know what they did is order out of chaos, you know. And this was all intentional, so that they can do what they do. Okay, President Trump is not only authoritarian, is not only an authoritarian. He also harbors genocidal aims related to specific groups in the United States that his advisors, the authors of Project 2025, and to look that up, the Republican Party and its representatives and many of his supporters believe are worthless and threatening. He has threatened, for example, the use of National Guard to round up DC's unhoused residents, 85% of whom are black, as a safety measure. You see that? You know, let's keep going. It says President Trump expressed a desire to take similar actions in other cities. He is reviewing plans to create an on-call quick response force to deploy against protests. And remember, when he was running, he said he was going to give them the rights to do what they wanted to do. The police, you know, military occupation, this is killing me. Occupation of U.S. cities could lead to a rapid increase in human rights abuses and violence against the marginalized groups and the administration's opponents. All right, I'm going down. So that's kind of what they said already, you know. What else do I want to get? That was that one. Come on, man. I keep kicking the same thing. What the heck is going on here? This is ridiculous.
Y'all, I'm sitting in the park, right?
All right, give me a second.
Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States.
Trying to see if this is the one I wanted.
Section 740 of the Columbia Home Rule Act, you know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be. Well, he's going to bring in. It's been used many times over the years. The Metropolitan Police Department and the federal authorities will be supported in the effort, a really big effort.
Let me see this one. I'll put this one on here while I look for the other one.
That will put on and much more necessary.
Slovakia.
Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is?
So look that
And
up.
placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. We will bring in the military if needed.
See?
People say, oh, that's so terrible. He's going to bring in,
They already bringing in the
it's
National Guard, but
many
he's talking
times
about the
over years.
military.
The Metropolitan Police Department and the federal authorities will be supported in the effort, a really big effort, the 800 D.C. National Guardsmen that we'll put on, and much more if necessary. Under the authorities vested in me as
Much
the
more if
President
necessary.
of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District until you knock the hell out of them, because
See
it's
that?
the only language they understand. But they fought back against law enforcement last night, and they're not going to be fighting back long, because I've instructed them and told them whatever happens, you know, they love to spit in the face of the police as the police are standing up there in uniform. They're standing and they're screaming at them an inch away from their face, and then they start spitting in their face. And I said, you tell them, you spit and we hit, and they can hit real hard. It's a disgusting thing. I've watched that for years, for 3-4 years. I've watched them. The police are standing, and they're told, don't do anything under any search. So and you can see they want to get at it. And they're standing there and people are spitting in their face and they're not allowed to do anything. But now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want.
You see that?
This dire public safety crisis stems directly from the abject failures of the city's local leadership. The radical left city council adopted no cash bail. By the way,
he said they're able to do
but you
whatever
can
the
knock
hell
the
they
hell
want.
out of them, 'cause it's
So
the
he
only
giving the
language
power
they
to the
understand.
police,
But
man.
They fought back.
Now check this out. This is
law
another one.
enforcement last night. But then I'm going to look at New York in a little while. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's see. It's going to go pretty quickly. And if we need to, we're going to do the same thing in Chicago, which
So
is
New
a
York,
disaster. We
Chicago.
have a mayor there who's totally incompetent. He's an incompetent man. And we have an incompetent governor there. Pritzker's an incompetent. But when I look at Chicago and I look at L.A., if we didn't go to L.A. 3 months ago, L.A. would be burning like the part that didn't burn. Hopefully L.A. is
What?
watching. That mayor also. The city's burning.
This
They
nigga
lost
dumb.
like 25,000 homes. I went there the day after the fire. You were there. And I saw people standing in front of a burned down home. It was, their homes were incinerated. They weren't like, even the steel was literally, it was all warped and literally disintegrated. We have other cities also that are bad, very bad. You look at Chicago, how bad it is. You look at Los Angeles, how bad it is. We have other cities that are very bad. New York has a problem. And then you have, of course, Baltimore and Oakland. We don't
See
even
that?
mention that anymore. They're so far gone. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to lose our cities over this. And this will go further. We're starting very strongly with D.C. and we're going to clean it up real quick, very quickly, as they say. But then I'm going to look at New York.
So he coming for where Jake at, man. Check this Edomite out. You know? Read a little, listen to a little bit of him.
13th. Yesterday, Donald Trump announced his takeover of Washington, D.C. with federal law enforcement, National Guard, members of the military to fight crime, even though crime is at a 30-year low in Washington, D.C. Because his little buddy Big Balls got beat up last week. During his press conference, Donald Trump was talking about how crime is off the charts in cities across the USA. And during his press conference, he mentioned Washington, D.C., he mentioned Chicago.
And you Jakes, man. Y'all really don't understand what's going on here. You can't see it. You know? But they about to come down on you, and they're going to come down on you hard, man. You know? See, this is why it's going to come as a thief in the night to you. But for us, we've been anticipating it. We've been trying to warn you and trying to tell you to turn back into your power, man. Because that's going to be the only covering. All right? You're going to try to take matters to your own hands. You're going to try to do whatever you're going to try to go along with to get along to get, with these devils. None of that's going to work, man. Okay?
He mentioned New York. He mentioned Los Angeles. He mentioned Oakland, California. He mentioned Baltimore, Maryland. All 6 of those cities have black mayors. All 6 of those cities have very large black populations.
This
Yeah,
is
man. He always gonna do a damn commercial. So we done. I'm not even gonna play the rest of that one, But, yeah, the crime is down. 3 months ago, he was touting that crime was down. Let me get that.
But then I'm going to look at New York. Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're not going to take it. No, Eddie's very talented. Crime is down in Washington, D.C. Street crime, violent crime by 25%. And people have seen, they've noticed a big difference. Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving
and you
mobs
Jakes,
of
you thought...
wild youth,
Hold on.
drugged out maniacs.
Let me
and
show you this
homeless
one
people.
from this Edomite bitch.
Y'all, I'm sitting in the park, right? Washington, D.C. I'm in Logan Circle right now. Dude next to me comes sit down. He pulls out a little dispensary, one of those like tubes that the joints come in, the pre-rolls. He starts smoking the joint. I'm like, whatever, sitting here writing. All of a sudden, 3 cops pull up. These are the 3 cops, park police. I've never seen them here before in my life. This guy says we're here all the time. Gay ass. They arrested this man, handcuffed him, said smoking is illegal in the park now. I see people smoke in this park every single day. They pulled him into this unmarked vehicle, took all of his belongings. They're in plain clothes. It looks like they got their fucking vest off of S.H.I.N.E or something. I'm dead confused right now. What the fuck, y'all? And this isn't some ice shit or anything. This is literally just for smoking. Are you kidding?
Yeah. There was another video where they pulled up on Jake.
I'm dead confused. Look at them. Park police. U.S. Park police.
They pulled up on
and
Jake.
And 22-year-old boys.
While he's smoking on his porch. You know what I mean?
Can you see?
And they can just take you Jakes away, man. We told y'all.
Windows. Baby, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what else to do but video because everybody else in the park was confused too. All of them were like, wait, what just happened? And said the same exact things. I yelled at them. I said, did y'all have to hit a quota or... Y'all, like 5 other passerby just
She said gay ass.
So here's the thing.
Woo! Look at this joint. They ain't gonna tolerate you filming them no more. Look at that. Like a pack of animals, man.
Don't spray him. Don't spray him. Don't spray him. What the?
Look at them nigga cops, man. They don't know what to do, man. Them Edomite cops can't wait to get their hands on Jake, man. And these Jake cops is just like, damn. Look at that shit. Anyways, man, let's get back into the scriptures, man. You know, I want to make sure I ain't missing nothing. I'll get one more. You know, hey, man, but y'all think it's a game, man. You better come back into your power, man. Okay?
Did you hear that? Did you hear the fascism?
People are spitting in their face and they're not allowed to do anything. But now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want.
There it is.
Now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want.
Police can do whatever the hell they want. Step 1, invent a crime emergency. Step 2, take over a city's police. Step 3, tell them there are no rules. Today it's DC. Tomorrow it's going to be any city that they think needs saving. Spoiler alert, it's going to be the cities that don't vote for him. He wants you to think it's about safety so that you'll willingly give your rights away. Washington, D.C. is his test city. He's going to see what obstacles he has to fight. It's not going to end here. This is how you create a fascist dictatorship. Did you hear that?
So that's it on that,
People
man.
Spitting in their face.
You know,
and they're not allowed to
that's
do
it on
anything.
that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right here, and I'm gonna give a few more scriptures, man. So you see what's going on, you know, but this is what it is, man. Okay, the only thing you can do is come back into the Lord, man. This is Proverbs 27:12. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." So if you want to continue to not listen to this word, you want to continue to pull back the shoulder, you're going to be a part of this, man. Okay? Because the scripture says this, Proverbs 18:10, it says, "The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe," man. You know, and that's what we doing. We hiding ourselves, in the Lord. We calling on the Lord to deliver us from this, man. All right? But the wicked was created for a reason, and he's going to do his job. The Lord's going to allow him to do his job, man. All right, this is Psalm 17:13. "Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." So this devil is the Lord's sword. All right, and he's going to do what he was created to do. Psalm 125:3. "The rod For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands into iniquity. So, if we do what we supposed to do, we should be good, man. But you jakes that don't want to listen, that still want to do what you want to do, you gonna get caught up in this, man. You gonna get caught up in this, okay? And they making the laws. I believe what's that? Isaiah 10. Yeah, Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they are prescribed. This devil has shown that he's gonna take it there, man. They letting you know their intentions, and they're gonna take it there. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. All right, so hey, man, you see what's going on. All right, and they showing that hatred. And he's the great white hope, man. They showing that hatred for you, man. And you should never trust thine enemy. For as iron rushes, so does his wickedness, man. And then they showing that same hatred for you, Jakes, is coming right back, man. And it wasn't just the Northern Kingdom. You see that? Anyways, they gonna start rounding you niggas up and throwing you in prison too. What's that? Revelation, and I'll close on this one. 2:10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right, so Lord's willing, that was edifying. To the next lesson, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakakodash. Hey, keep watching, keep praying, and these days is fastly approaching, man. So, build up that faith and redeem the times, man. And our Lord is on his way. So, shalom.